Sabes que debería estar contigo. Sabes que no creo que te haya gustado.
So I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years now. I know that's so crazy. And because you guys watch me, because you guys like my videos, I am able to travel the world, which I'm so extremely grateful for. Like, I cannot even express how much joy that brings me in life. It's my greatest passion. And because I don't want to gatekeep in life, and because I want to help you guys out, and people often ask me the question, how do you do it? I want to answer all your questions in this video, and this is going to be a little series, how to become a travel influencer. First and foremost, step number one, these are all my very best tips, and before you get started, obviously you need gear. Now, trust me, this doesn't have to be complicated at all. You can just start by shooting on your phone. I know so many people give this advice, but it is so true. iPhones have improved so drastically over the years, and these are all clips that are shot on this phone, which is the iPhone 15 Max Pro, and they all look great. They are all perfect quality. So if you have a phone, you can be a content creator. You don't need any fancy cameras, especially if you're just starting out. But what I do recommend is immediately starting on all available platforms. So the main platforms, obviously, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I know some people find it a little bit scary to get started on YouTube, but trust me, if you want to grow as a travel content creator, if you want to monetize your travels, if you want this to be your full-time job, I feel like you also need to start with YouTube. And even for YouTube videos, you can film on your phone. The only issue with an iPhone is the quality of the microphone, but you can alter that in editing. I will talk about editing later, but that is just something to take into account. For TikTok and Instagram Reels, obviously an iPhone is great, and for Instagram pictures, even better, because you don't need a fancy camera for Instagram pictures at all. However, if you want to take it to the next level, if you are sure that this is something that you want to do and that you want to make a living out of, I do recommend getting cameras. Now, this is the camera that I've been shooting on for almost 10 years now. This is the Canon G7X, and I started on the Mark II, and I've now upgraded to the Mark III, but honestly, the Mark II is still really amazing if you can get your hands on it. They are a little bit difficult to get a hold of because they are a really popular camera because of their flash. So also for photos, there was the flash right there. A lot of people want this camera because they want those aesthetic, you know, sunset pictures. But for vlogging, travel vlogging, this is a great camera. It has a screen, so you're able to see yourself whilst you're filming. The microphone is great. There were multiple different settings. I swear by this camera, and I've gone through so many of these already because obviously after 10 years, you know, sometimes they fall, sometimes they break. The screen is very sensitive, so don't move it around too much. Don't fidget with it because it will fall apart. That's what happened to me multiple times, but it's the camera that I trust with my entire heart, and especially because it's very easy to use. And then a camera that I recently got is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now everybody has been raving about this camera, so I wanted it as well, and I have to say the quality is really good. Just like with this camera and with your iPhone, you can shoot in 4K. Definitely recommend shooting in 4K if you're going to upload on YouTube, and also for Instagram and TikTok. Film everything in 4K, export in 1080, and you will get the best quality. Now, if these cameras are a little bit too expensive for you, which I can understand because it's quite a splurge, then there is also a cheaper alternative to the DJI Osmo Pocket, and that is this camera. If you're interested in it, I can do a separate video on this and tell you guys about it. If you're interested in cameras, just let me know in the comments down below, because yeah, I get that this is a big investment. However, all in all, keep in mind that the best camera you can use for content, no matter what the content is the camera that you have in your hands. And I know that sounds like such a cliche, and you've probably heard this before, but it is so true, especially when it comes to travel content. You're capturing on the go, you're capturing real moments, you're capturing interactions with locals, you're capturing experiences. So if you have a really fancy camera but you don't know how it works, if you have the DJI but you are not able to color grade it correctly, you know, there are issues with more professional equipment, and there are obviously a lot of cameras that are way more professional than this, that have a microphone and a whole setup. But if you're not able to commit to that setup and bring it with you everywhere you go on your travels, then you know the camera that you have in your hand will be the best one. And that's why even though I have multiple cameras, I still use my iPhone a lot to capture everything, because it's just easy. I grab it out of my bag, I capture something, especially if it's something in motion, especially if I'm moving, if it's something spontaneous, and I will just insert it in my vlog alongside the other footage that I shot on the cameras. Step number 2. Okay, now that you got your gear, it's time to focus on a niche. And I couldn't recommend this enough, especially in the beginning. Try to niche down. Now, this is something that I personally haven't done, so I'm actually giving you advice that I haven't applied to my own life. But you know, back in the day when I started, the whole social media world was so different, and I started out because I wanted to be a YouTuber. That's all I ever dreamt of. I saw these girls like Blair Fowler sitting in their bedroom talking about makeup, and that's what I wanted. I became a model, and then people started being really interested in my modeling adventures. I lived in Paris, I lived in Cape Town for a while. I did photo shoots and people were interested in my modeling workouts, and that's kind of like how the ball started rolling for my channel. And I went through many different phases, many different interests, but what always stayed was my passion for traveling. So that is something that I've been doing since the beginning. You can look back at the very first video that is online on this channel. That is a Formentera vlog. So, you know, traveling was there already almost 10 years ago. But if I would have started right now, I would pick a niche. So decide for yourself. Do you want to be a luxury travel content creator? Do you want to focus on Asia content and explore every single country in that continent? Do you want to focus on budget travel, finding the best restaurants? Do you want to do series like eating your way around the world? If you want to start series, maybe you can do cafe hopping series, which is really big in, for example, Korea and Japan. Think about all those kind of things beforehand, plan everything out, write down scripts, write down ideas before you get to your destination. Yes, spontaneous moments, amazing, but especially when you're first starting out, it will be a little bit awkward to be holding up the camera everywhere you go, to be vlogging your authentic experiences. You will have to get used to, you know, having this as a kind of an extension of your arm. And so if you already have scripted kind of what you want to do, it will become much easier to actually commit to it, to actually vlog it, to actually capture it. And especially on TikTok and Instagram, I feel like when you're just starting out, you can of course do vlogs, but they won't do as well, because people want content that falls into either the funny category, something they can laugh about, the inspirational category, like this kind of airport outfit inspires me to wear it, oh, this kind of destination inspires me, or educational content, they want to learn something about the destination that you're going to. So make sure, especially in the beginning, your content falls in either of these 3 categories, and then also kind of stick to that. If you want to make more inspirational or more educational content, that's very different from the funny comedic content that you can do. Having said that, you can of course switch niches, and you can of course switch ideas. If you see that something is working better than the thing that you thought was going to really take off, then obviously stick to the thing that the people like best. It is trial and error, and sometimes a little bit of luck is involved as well. Sometimes you just have to hop on a trend at the exact right time, and then post it at the exact right moment, algorithms change, people's interests change. So yeah, it's just trial and error. Don't worry about that too much. You will figure it out along the way. So you have arrived at your destination, you have scripted your plan, you figured out what you want your niche to be, what kind of content you want to create, you have all your ideas in your notes app, you're ready to go. Then obviously it's time to film your content. You need a lot of confidence for that, but I have faith in you. You got this. I can make more videos in this series and talk about how to be confident in front of a camera, especially with my modeling experience. Obviously I'm used to being confident in front of a camera, but trust me, I sometimes still get very insecure whenever I feel like I don't look as good, or you know, I still have these issues. So I can talk about that more in detail, but this video kind of covers the basics of it. So imagine you figured that all out, you are confident and you filmed everything, then obviously you need to edit it. And there are two applications that I swear by that I would recommend to anybody. And the first is CapCut. This is the essential. CapCut is not sponsoring me, but they might as well could have, because I use their application every single day, both the app on my phone and the desktop version. I love it so much, and the pro version is so worth it. So CapCut is really easy, and for me it is a necessity if you're posting on TikTok and Instagram Reels, because you can do so much with it. Choose your fonts, create these nice little effects. There are so many templates on CapCut that make it super easy to create creative content. When I started out doing YouTube, there were so many intros, for example, that I wanted to make, but I had no idea how to move text around, and it was all so complicated back then. And now you can just create an intro for a YouTube video in just a few minutes and then add some nice music, and it looks so amazing and so professional. So CapCut, the best. But for editing long format videos for YouTube, there's only one winner, and that is Final Cut Pro. Yes, I get that it is an investment. CapCut Pro is also an investment, but Final Cut, you know, you have to commit and pay it in one go, but it's worth it. You can do so much with it, and it's a really easy software, very user-friendly. I like it more than the whole Adobe stuff. So yeah, if you're an Apple girly like me, Final Cut Pro, that's it. And then for editing, obviously for TikTok and Instagram, you can use any trending sound that you want, and you guys know how it works. I don't need to explain it to you. Probably if you're a little bit younger than me, you're even better at editing for TikTok and Instagram than me. Everybody's edits always look so amazing and so sick, and I'm just so proud of everybody. So I'm sure that for Instagram and TikTok it will not be a problem, but for YouTube there are some more restrictions. So for example, when it comes to music, obviously you can't just get some music that you like, some trending sound, and put it there, because you will get copyright claimed. And especially if you're planning on making this your full-time job, that's not what you want. So you can of course use the YouTube audio library. It's good, it's fine. There are some sounds there that are somewhat okay, but if you really want to get into it, I would recommend looking into licensed music. Now there are multiple websites on which you can get music, and I personally use Thematic. So it is also subscription based, and they have a whole database. You can search on vibe and aesthetic, you can search on BPM, you can search on genre, mood, language, keywords, if you want vocals or not. There are so many options, and I couldn't recommend it enough. So finding the right hashtags, description, posting times, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not your girl. I just do whatever I think works. Again, it is trial and error with that, and everything changes so drastically. Sometimes a video completely flops and I have no idea why, and sometimes a video does so well and I'm like, that's weird. And frankly, I don't care about that much. And why don't I care about it? Because there's only one thing that truly matters when it comes to posting, and that is consistency. Like I said, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and the only reason why I can call this my full-time job for these past 10 years is because I have kept going, because I've kept being consistent. And I think that is the best part, because maybe you look at the numbers on this video and there are not a lot of views, but I just got over that. You know, I have a video on my channel here that has 11 million views, crazy, and I've tried, you know, to kind of recreate those kind of videos, recreate the workout videos, but then people, they don't like them as much as they did 5 years ago. But if I would have just stopped, then I wouldn't have made any income at all. Then I would have had any amazing experiences after that. No, I continued. I found new ideas. I found new niches. I started making a lot more vlogs. I started making sit-down videos like this. I started making a lot of haul videos, preparing for my travels, trying on cute dresses based on different destinations that I'm going to. And same goes for TikTok and Instagram. I used to post a lot of travel vlogs, and now I noticed that people like these recommendation videos more, or not just vlogs with a voiceover, but they like me actually talking in the camera, just like on YouTube, and not as much the, you know, polished voiceover with a lot of fast images. People are kind of tired of that. Social media will keep growing and social media will keep changing, but the one thing that you have to do as an aspiring travel creator is just keep going, keep being consistent, don't give up, and kind of give yourself an ultimatum, like, I'm going to post every single day for a year. And that sounds crazy if you haven't posted before, but I'm sure that you can do it, and I believe in you, and I feel like if you believe in yourself as well, which is way more important than other people telling you to believe in yourself, if you actually truly believe that you can do it, go for it, you know, commit to it. And that's with everything. Think about basketball players, other kinds of athletes, CEOs of companies. They kept going, and that's why they are where they are today. But nobody shows you the beginning, them struggling on, for example, with basketball, on the basketball field when they were 4 years old. I don't know. It's just an example. Like, you need to be consistent in order to grow. Then step number 6, monetization. This is probably something that you guys are very interested in, because I feel like a lot of people wonder about this and they're not really sure how to monetize their content. Now, on YouTube, it's fairly simple. YouTube has these rules for their monetization program, and if you meet the requirements, you can get accepted, and then you can earn money with the views on your videos. So how it works, you don't actually earn money just because people watch it. You earn money because they watch the ads. I think it's pretty common knowledge, but you can look it up and, you know, figure it out by reading everything and the requirements and all the things people have to say about it. But what I want to say about it is that I feel like YouTube provides the easiest kind of way to make money, if you've met the threshold, that is. But after that, it's pretty self-explanatory. Then obviously you also have creator programs on Instagram and TikTok, but my country, for example, the Netherlands, is not eligible. So yeah, unfortunately for me, that is not an option. But you can, of course, also make money other ways. And there are 2 main ways you can make money: with partnerships and with affiliate partnerships. So if you can do collaborations, that is awesome. Obviously, like, doesn't everybody want to just, you know, get free hotel stays and free clothes and free this, free that, and then also get paid for it? Now, reality check, this won't happen in the first year. Well, not as likely to happen. You will have to work through it. So if you want to be a travel creator, just take into account that you will probably not make any money in your first, well, especially first months, and then maybe first years. I'm sorry, it's just not that easy. But partnerships will start rolling out sooner or later when videos get picked up. So the first partnerships will be barter deals. So free hotel stays in return for a video, which is amazing. I mean, wow. But obviously you want to move into getting actual deals, and for that I would say just reach out, create a media kit, write down your rates, tell them about what you can do. There are so many different templates for this, so many different resources that you have to make your media kit appealing, to make your emails appealing, to make them genuine, not some AI generated email, but make them personal. Pitch to a brand why they should work with you instead of any other creator. And then as for affiliate partnerships, just sign up for affiliate programs. Share your discount code, whether that's for clothing, for luggage, for travel activities, for flights, for hotels. Discount codes work so well because you actually have something to share to your audience. I provide you with something that's completely free for you, but I get money from it, and I get money, you get a great deal. Isn't that the best of both worlds? I also feel like this is perfect if you don't have a lot of followers yet, because you will still be able to reach even a small amount of people that want to buy something with your code. And then with that small amount of money, you can, for example, reinvest it and book your next flight to your next destination, where you will collaborate with that one hotel that provided you with the free stay. That's kind of how this works. This was kind of like the basics of it, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want me to make more videos about this, for example, about this camera right here, the alternative to the DJI, let me know. And then that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of love.